Hi, all of you. Today we will discuss about some basic concepts centered around auditing. After the long period of time, I'm backing with auditing. So, what is an audit? Why audit has to be conducted? Auditing, financial statements examination. Financial statements means a transaction. Every day the transactions has been entered into the accounting system. Finance is involved. When the money is involved, there obviously may be fraud. So it's very careful when the money matter is there. Some of the people, for their selfish objectives, they may steal companies' money. It's a small theft ranging to the high technical way of committing frauds. We maybe know all those concepts. So, if frauds and errors which are present in a transaction, what is the outcome of that? Many people relies on these statements, profit position, banks, which may gives the loans basis on the repaying capacity, which is known as the solvency capacity. Governments, GST, we know whether tax is rightly paid or not paying. Evasion of tax, we know. So, lot of people's creditors, whether to grant credit worthiness of the parties. So many parties are involved with the financial statements. Thus, it is very important to have a financial statement which are free from such frauds. People who commit frauds will design careful schemes to conceal that magics will be in the financial transactions. So we are the people who are finding out such frauds and errors. How these frauds and errors will be comes to the light. We need to conduct an examination. Examination means what? Testing, checkings, enquiries. A lot of procedures are there. We have to conduct an examination independently. Means we are the chartered accountants who are technically competent because the rigorous studies courses we are going through, and we are in independent position to conduct audit of financial statement. So we are the independent people. This word independence is highly relevant. Why? Because we should be in a position to conduct the examination free. We need not depend on somebody else unless the situation is required. Unnecessarily, we don't have technical competency. Obviously, we will depend on something else. But our trainings, articleship trainings, our experience, all which make us independent to conduct such an examination. Very important is the independent. We should have the technical competencies to conduct such an examination. Then the people, top level managements who are involved in the frauds maybe approaches to us by giving the money, bribes. Why? Because they had committed the fraud. They want to steal that. We finding out those fraud. It's our responsibility. It's a moral side of us to report it to the various people who depending on that. If they're approaching us for money or something else to change, there is frauds in the financial statement. Frauds in the financial statement which we should not disclose to the general public. Satyam cases is one example of that. We people colluding, connecting with such frauds. That is the result, will the deleterious results. So the word independent thus become highly irrelevant. We should be in a position independent of the mind. Why? Because our educational trainings, all things which capable to us to conduct examination of financial statement. So let us move one step ahead. ICAI definition. What is an audit? Independent examination of financial statement of any entity, which may be profit oriented entity or non-profit organized NGOs, government segment, any kind of entity, whether profit oriented or not oriented. But when such an examination I conducted, if I come out a fraud, I will have the guts to report the real positions. There is a fraud, there is an error. Why? Because error also highly relevant. Why? Because most of the transactions are now generated through the computer systems and softwares. Software errors, which are also common unless we conducting an examination of the transactions. For an example of the mobile companies, they are generating the large volume of the bills. 1 rupee, 2 rupee difference in each bills erroneously accounted, even credit card transactions. So software errors also there. This is our duty to find out whether such errors are present. If such errors are present and which will impact the public, which will impact fraud, will impact the public. We are making our financial positions more boostly, artificial boosting of financial position, window dressings, which is known as window dressings, which will mislead to the public. Mislead to the public because the things is misstated. Right positions are not shown in the financial position. By interpretation of that, everybody will mislead to that because it is misstated. To find out such things, auditing thus become highly relevant. So this is ICAI definition. Please go through that. And the second stage we are moving on, a standard on the audit. Standards on the audit. Standards are nothing. How to conduct an audit in an effective manner, and we have to report what is the right position in the financial statement. This is our duty to express an opinion. If I am tasting a pickle, which is good or which is bad, I am expressing an opinion by examination of that. I have to express my opinion whether it is good, whether it is bad. In our real life situations also, by watching a movie, people will tell, oh, it's good movie, it's bakwas movie, bad movie, or an average movie, not worth to watch movie. We are expressing an opinion in our real life. So, standards on audit, which deals with how to conduct an audit in an effective manner. So, overall objective of the audit, SA 200, is expression of an opinion. Expression of opinion means I am examining the financial statement, going through entire transactions. I have an objective, whether frauds are present, whether software errors are there. I have to express that. If there, I have to report. These are the areas should be careful. I have to report to the general public I have to report to the government. I have to report to the creditors. This don't relies on these financial statements. Don't take decisions on financial statement. Thus, the primary objective of an audit is to give an opinion, to give, to express an opinion. Then we will deals with the ethical requirement, which is very important as per SA 200. Ethical requirement, basic qualities of the peoples generally discussing through the ethical requirement, ethics. It's all about the ethics. If I am writing an examination, I am copying, taking some bits, writing based on that copy, whether it is ethical, unethical. The famous university, like we heard about that, question papers got leaked. Question papers become leaked. Studying that, those people writing that will getting the mark. Whether it is ethical, unethical. So certain things. Why? Because we are dealing with the financials. So we should be ethically well. First is the integrity, honesty, which is the best policy. If you find a fraud, if you find an error, honestly report it. Honestly. Why should scare about the people? That is the independent concept. Objectivity. See, without examining, without conducting any examination, by seeing that it's good, it's bad, no examination, nothing I have conducted. Prejudice, biased mind, oh, it's good, it's bad, but later it will turns other ways also. So objective way, by the examination, we have to conduct the audit. Third, confidentiality. Why? Because the competitive environment nowadays, important informations, if leaked, went through the hands of rivals, isn't it? One single business, petroleum, airlines, cutthroat competitions are present. Future plans, expansion, strategic decisions will be there. Once it is got leaked, shut down karna padega business. So whatever the informations I am gaining in my professional engagement, I should not disclose that to the third party unless the rule of court or laws and regulations demanding so. So these are the basic things. Then will comes the aspects of the independency, which we have already discussed at the time of the preliminary discussions. So these are certain ethical requirement: integrity, objectivity, confidentiality, then the professional behaviors. When we are going to the client place, I'm a chartered accountant or I'm an article trainee, I should not show any kind of argument about that attitudes, and professionally behaved, well dressed, trimmed, good looking. Otherwise, the public will ask, how this guy became a chartered accountant? Is he a CS student? Why? Because society gives such a high premium values to the chartered accountants. That's why we are studying this course also. So professionally behaved. Professional behavior also very much important. Whatever we are showing inside the family should not show sometimes in outside. So these are certain ethical requirement which is stipulated by the SA 200. These are the basic things, human aspects. So let us rewind. Honesty, objectivity, confidentiality, professional behaviors. All these are highly relevant. which is mentioned in the standards. SA 200, we are going to conclude here. Okay, so thank you for watching this video and have a nice day ahead, and we will come back with